Awesome. We can't wait to get started. We just got the Harpy contract.
You don't even drink.
All right, so what? So how am I going to build an alcohol brand when I don't even drink? This is making the brand. How do you build a brand, let alone an alcohol brand? See, the alcohol industry is extremely saturated. There's so many alcohol brands popping up left and right. So how do you create a new brand that can take away some of this market share from bigger entities who are willing to spend more for marketing? This is a brand new brand. And you may look at that like, wow, that seems like a big task. When we start from scratch, we can have an opportunity to build something that is not only new, but is different. So when we look at the process of building Harpy's Limoncello brand, it really looks like this. It's getting to know the founders, getting to know, the people involved with the brand, what it means to them. Because the unique identifier with every brand is the culture, the people who run it, and then from there, the product. So I utilize that to bring out the themes and who the brand will be and who the brand will become. Creative references of not just alcohol brands, but personalities. I do things like take, what TV personalities, what TV shows they like.
I really like your haircut. Where'd you get it?
Prison.
What music do they believe symbolizes what they want their brand to become? Because it needs to be a feeling. It's not just a product. So we have built up their brand foundation. We have built up their brand positioning. So next steps here is to go and actually create the assets. So when you look at building a brand, what's out there already? What exists? How can we create something that is different so people aren't just viewing it as like, oh, that feels like the other brands. From there, we look at the brand discovery process. Who are the people that run the brand? What's their product like? What's the brand positioning we can create? And from there, audience discovery. Who's the audience that we feel is most likely to resonate with this? What do they look like? Then from there, content discovery. We plan out their content templates, their content themes. We brainstorm the video concepts we want to do. Launching the brand of Harpy Limoncello brand. So we have our clients here and we're getting some shots throughout the city because it's very important that we showcase regional pride, Detroit pride in building this brand. So we're on the move today. Tomorrow we have a house rented out for a commercial, and then Tuesday we have a bar rented out for a commercial. So many moving pieces. We got like 8 different actors, all these different props. First alcohol brand, we're gonna do it big. All right, so this was my first time in Detroit. After we got to our Airbnb, unpacked everything, we met the people who founded Harpy, who were great, working with them for months. First time meeting them, and they're just awesome people. It's always interesting when you go on a trip for business, but also you don't want it to be too boring or too business-like. You want to be able to have fun, but still stay focused. We had put together an itinerary, and we do this anytime we're doing any type of shoot. We call it our schedule of events. Now there's 2 different itinerary schedules we put together. We have our schedule of events, what essentially just lays out what's happening and where and what time, and then we have our run of show for each shoot. And the run of show breaks down at this scene, we're here, here's the props we need. One of the videos we're doing is we're talking about Harpy being a Detroit proud brand. This is always cool for us to get shots of different cities because anyone that follows any sort of YouTube videos, travel vlogs, city vlogs, they always are the coolest looking. So this is our chance to kind of take Detroit, this iconic American city, and make it look good through video. The first commercial, which we're calling The Worst Kept Family Secret, is a mockumentary style commercial where they're all actors who are finding out that the daughter or the sister is using her family's limoncello recipe to essentially launch a brand. Now, we played off of reality because Lauren, she is the founder of Harpy and she's using her family's limoncello recipe. I decided to take an existing concept and kind of flip it on its head to create this series of commercials. The night before a commercial shoot, I treat it like Thursday night practice before a high school football game. This is, if you ever play football, this is your walkthrough. You know, you just got helmets on and shorts. You're not hitting each other. You're just going through the plays over and over and over again until, you know, you get to game night and everything's just, it's all instinct. He's been so supportive of me mass producing our family recipe.
My family has been super supportive of me mass producing our family recipe.
If it's the video angles, where we're walking, how things are set up. Eli's relatively new to shooting commercials. He's done a great job so far. Andre's never been in the video business before. He's done an amazing job over the past year learning how to do it. I've done it, and you know, it's just a matter of teaching them the habits of what it takes and also instilling that culture of what it takes to be a perfectionist and very meticulous and detail oriented when you are doing a shoot. It's important when you're creating any sort of video or commercial to build brand equity, to maintain a similar brand voice, to keep everything, your brand personality, not the same, but people want to get to know your brand. So if you have reoccurring themes, people recognize that and they continue to grow and like your brand. So when we were at this house, we were going to do some product shoots and then we were going to shoot the commercial. We're trying to accomplish a lot. We have this huge, amazing $2 million house, one of the nicest houses I've ever been in. So when it was time to shoot the commercial, you know, right beforehand, what we do is we always do a run through. I call this like our practice walkthrough with our team. All right, doing a practice run through before the actors, actresses get here. Everything has to be perfect. We're gonna mark off areas where they're gonna stay on the tape, make sure the framing's right, play in the focus, audio, everything, lighting. This is how we get everything down. The next step honestly just takes a ton of patience from me and my crew. So, you know, we have Andre who is setting up the audio and he's listening the whole time. He has the boom mic and we have on-body mics for them as well. That way we can compare afterwards which audio was better. Then it's honestly just patience for me that I've grown to be good at, because we will run through the commercial 300 times over and over again for hours upon hours. And I just need to redirect them. I need to positively reinforce the actors. Hey, you're doing a good job, but could you do it this way? Hey, that was awesome, but could you do it this way? It looks good. I think just even like we want to like frame you as like the sister, where like everyone's like, all right, I have a sister like that. Yeah. So I know you're nice in real life, but
That's me in real life.
that's you in real life. Really?
Like, oh, don't tell Carly.
Okay, perfect. The most difficult shoot I think I've ever had in my entire life was this bar scene. There were so many different factors going into it. You know, we have a very dark bar. We have interactions between two crowds. So we have Lauren and Greg, who are the people who run Harpy, and then we have an actor who's playing a grandson, and his grandma, who's an actress as well, and she's a swearing grandma. All right, today we're doing a grandma that swears when she tastes the limoncello. We casted the perfect grandma. You'll see her in a second. And right now we are planning all the scenes. We're setting everything up. What you'll see here is the lengths we'll go to make sure we get the right shot. We're going to shoot the commercial over and over again, multiple times from probably, 9 different angles. So we'll do the same thing over and over again from 9 different angles. Because then from there, it's better to shoot more and then edit out what you have and cut it down, but you have more to work with. When she said in her audition video, she did amazing. It wasn't that she was nervous, it's that she was just like being a little more mild-mannered than she normally is. And you know, so I had to get her to swear 50 different times. She ended up doing a great job. We have the perfect grandma casting because we needed someone who swears. Who can swear. She has no issues swearing at all. Literally like in the first 10 seconds we met her, she swore 3 times.
Good.
We are shooting essentially 4 different shots from both angles. So if we're facing Lauren and Greg, this is what we're calling bar view. So we're doing a first person bar view, and then we'll do a B angle bar view where we're viewing them at an angle. Then we'll turn around and switch. First person restaurant view, a B angle restaurant view. Then from there, what we'll do is we'll do close-ups on both parties. So we'll do just Lauren, just Greg, just the grandson, just the grandma. And then from there, it's a ton of just takes over and over again. Yeah, there, right there. Okay, you wanna try it again? So bringing it down from your mouth. Perfect. One more like that. Not only, focus on what's going on, but, is there no shadow being cast? Is the audio right? Are the angles right? Is the lighting right? Everything. So it really turned out to be, I'm in the process of editing it and working with Eli on editing the video now, and I'll include it in here. But it's one of my favorite shoots I've ever done. And it was just, honestly, it was just a really fun experience.
Just one sip.
This is a bad idea. She has no filter. This isn't gonna end well. Well? Good. Grandma!
So, what are the next steps when you build a brand? Now, this brand, like I said earlier, it was super interesting to create because we're building an alcohol brand from scratch, and you can do a lot of different things with alcohol brands. You can be creative, you can have personality. Now, the goal is, with Harpy, is to not try and just sell bottles in the beginning. The goal is to make an impression that is lasting. We want people to be like, what is this brand? Who is this? And so with that, it's batching content. We have 3 to 4 months of content ready to go for when the brand launches. We have animations, we have graphics, we have everything. We have influencer boxes that we've gotten made. We have the paid ad strategy. And being able to stay localized, focusing on Detroit, is a huge advantage because we can leverage that to create pride around the brand. And it's really this narrative of, the next big alcohol brand is coming out of Detroit. It's Harpy. The limoncello is their first product. So when we create this personality with the mockumentaries and, the brand voice through the captions and, the influencers that we use, and then there's paid ads, that's really like the perfect storm of building a successful, and it's not necessarily e-commerce, but just a digital brand in general, because we're trying to send people out to liquor stores. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly the brand equity builds for Harpy, but anytime we're looking at building a new brand, that's essentially the process it takes. Building out a foundation with the right process so you can have consistent content and consistent messaging, and then with that, being able to batch content over time. So if you haven't launched yet, the biggest advantage you have is you have time. You can be patient to essentially get more content ready. Developing your brand positioning and your brand voice. So many alcohol brands out there. We're not trying to be better than them, we're trying to be different than them. And then from there, how do you use data? How do you use paid ads to stay in touch with those people who are interested in your brand? So, you've kind of seen a little bit in the process of Harpy of how we went from basically from scratch to building out the foundation, the process, the content, to the launch. So it'll be interesting to see, and I'll do an update video as Harpy scales into a national brand, and we're the ones that help make that happen. Making the Brand is a series that I'm going to do once a month. I'm going to take a brand that we've either built from scratch or a brand that we've helped refresh, and I'm going to teach you everything there is about it. I'm not going to hold back.